The $1 million question is, who will actually win it all? There's a solid argument to be made for 4 teams, and then there are 3 that I think are a bit of a long shot. The 2 Southern Hemisphere contenders are the All Blacks and South Africa, and the 2 Northern Hemisphere contenders are Ireland and France. The long shot contenders are not the usual suspects. In my opinion, it's actually Argentina and Fiji and Samoa. If you're going to be honest, England, Australia and Wales have just been too horrible. I don't see them actually putting together a good enough run to actually get far in the tournament. Let's focus on the real contenders. They all have their strengths and their weaknesses, but there are 2 teams that actually just set themselves apart. What they've got going for them is they know how to grind out a win at a World Cup. Those 2 are, of course, the All Blacks and South Africa. What might however happen is that they face each other in the quarterfinals, and if that happens, the team that actually comes out tops is probably going to be the one that gets the final and wins it all. If you really look at it, the Pool A and Pool B permutations can only result in 2 of the most epic quarterfinals that you will see at any World Cup ever. You're basically going to see the top 4 teams fighting it out for 2 positions to get to the semis, and whoever those 2 teams are, those are probably going to be the ones that play in the final. Just quickly getting back to our other friends, the ones from Pool C and D. There are some very interesting matchups that are going to happen through the group stages, but as we get to the quarterfinals, I would not be shocked to see Argentina, Samoa and Fiji contending for the spots there. I think 2 of the 3 semi-finalists will probably come from those 3 teams. And it will be a first if the 2 island nations are actually the ones that make it through. And this might sound weird, but if one of those 3 actually make it to the final, I honestly hope that they take the tournament. That would be the most epic result that can possibly happen in this World Cup, in my opinion. Although it's a long shot. The more realistic outcome, however, is that it's going to be somebody from Pool A and B that will make it to the final, and probably be 2 of those teams in the final in the end. My opinion, the result in reverse order is going to be in number 3, Argentina taking that bronze medal, and then the final being between South Africa and France, but France just falling short in an agonizingly close match, and South Africa going to be world champions again. Now you might think I'm just biased because I'm South African, but that's not the case. South Africa have often been criticized for their lack of enterprising rugby, but they know how to win a war of attrition. They can win in a combination of 2 ways. They can either create some chances to actually get expansive with their game, create some exciting opportunities, but they will build that on top of some really brutal forward play. That is actually what they were able to do with New Zealand, and they did it pretty effectively, and it was a beautiful game to watch. The alternative is that they just go for pummeling the opposition into submission. It's not always the most exciting for some people to watch, but it is very, very effective. Tournaments on this scale are rarely won on the back of expansive rugby. That actually goes for other sports as well. If you have a look at the Football World Cup, if you have a look at the Cricket World Cups, it's not always the most exciting games. It's not the most thrilling games, the finals, but it is tight and it's hard and it's relentless. And that is something that the Springboks actually have in droves. Although there will be opportunities for expansive rugby, it will definitely not be the case, in my opinion, when we get to that final. There will be 1 or 2 beautiful moments that you'll probably see as highlights for weeks to come after the tournament, but it's going to be brutal, and the team that can actually consistently put in the effort, both on defense and on attack, will be the ones that come out top. More than likely, they have to, however, be more brutal on defense than they need to be on attack. And that is something that I feel is a great strength of the South African team.